What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Thursday morning sports news from Hit the Book Sports. We're here for this wonderful Thursday morning, February 1st, ready to rip through some news from all around the sports world. We're live on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, and Twitch to get your Thursday morning started. This week, following our weekly podcast, we have news from the NHL, NFL, a little look into college basketball pre-March Madness, and more. So make sure to tune in each week for all the sports news that you need here. Again, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, and Twitch. Links below, so make sure to check those out. Like I said, make sure to check out our weekly podcast as well, released on Thursday mornings, going deeper into all the news of the week, power rankings, and more each week, depending on what sports are on, depending on what's going on. We want to dive as deep as we can into those games. Those available everywhere you get your podcasts. Also, links down below. Let's move it back to the NHL here to get us going. The first point we have here is 5 players from Canada's 2018 World Juniors team have taken a leave of absence from their current clubs in recent days amid a report that 5 members of that team have been asked to surrender to police to face sexual assault charges. I'm going to butcher some of these names, but we'll see how we do. Michael McLeod, Cal Foote of the New Jersey Devils, Carter Hart of the Philadelphia Flyers, Dylan Dude of the Calgary Flames, and former NHL player Alex Formenton, who is now playing in Europe. All have been granted indefinite leave, at least from the NHL, with the absences announced in the past week or so. Since then, Alex Formenton turned himself into police on Sunday in connection to an investigation into an alleged sexual assault by these members. Not a good look for these boys, truthfully. I hope for only the best for them. I hope this stuff is not that true. That it's not is everything that it seems, but things do happen. It is a shame. Let's do some checks here. Alrighty, let's keep on moving on. Like I said, Alex Formenton's the only one that came forward so far, but hoping for the best from these guys and what they can come out of this with. Moving forward, the owners of the Utah Jazz said Wednesday that they have the immediate ability to bring an NHL team to Utah and requested the initiation of the expansion process in the NHL. The Smith Entertainment Group, also known as SEG, said in a news release that it would use the Jazz's arena as an interim home for the NHL franchise. SEG CEO Ryan Smith said the company is 100% focused on making this happen as soon as possible. Super interesting there to hear that a owner wants something to happen super duper quick. Talks between Smith and the league have been going on since 2022. The NHL said in a statement it appreciates the interest. They have brought it to the league's attention and they want them to begin the expansion process. Like I said, this would be a huge and very interesting addition to the NHL. Another team on that West Coast, 3 expansion teams in the last handful of years. This would throw a 9th team into any division in that West, or probably more of a disturbance with a whole realignment across the whole league if they move teams across different divisions, especially into the East and the West like they did many, many years ago. Delta Center would be their arena. Nice arena. I've worked in it before. Not too bad. But definitely could use a new updated arena for a new updated team. What do you guys think about the team name? Let us know in the comments what you think it might be. I haven't heard of anything in stone of what it might be. I haven't heard of any good ones, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Moving forward, we have the NHL trade deadline just a month away. It's time to check out who are some of the top names to be dealt before the deadline. Again, going to butcher some of these names, but we'll see how we go. Noah Hanifin from the Flames, Elias Lindholm from the Flames, Chris Tannen from the Flames, Jacob Chechnin from the Senators, Trevor Zegras from the Ducks, Jake Gensel from the Penguins, Sean Moynihan from the Canadiens, Colton Parayko from the Blues, Andrei Kimenko from the Canucks, and Elvis Merlinkas. Oh my God, Link Martins from the Blue Jackets. Some big names there. Me being a Pittsburgh guy, I'm unsure about the Jake Guentzel news. I just read something actually here this morning before getting on that he rejected a contract extension from the Penguins. Find that very, very hard to believe, knowing he would definitely be making probably more money and all that, unless he thinks he's more than what he is getting currently. But it's a tough thing to say going into this time of the year, especially for like the Penguins. Teams like those Flames, they kind of fell off. They were real hot last year, but aren't able to do it this year. The Sens also tried to get hot coming into this year, weren't able to really do it. Ducks not hot. Canadians not doing great. But Blue Jackets, same concept. I find it. I'm curious as to what happens with some of these players. See what occurs, and we'll definitely touch on that as that happens. But I'm curious about the Jake Guentzel one mostly due to my sitting in the Pittsburgh area. Alrighty, next up here we have the 2024 NHL All-Star Game. This year it'll be held in Toronto, Canada from February 1st to the 3rd. Starting here today, this year, the Tim Hortons NHL All-Star Player Draft will be held on February 1st, 6 p.m. Eastern. Player captains, assistant captains, and celebrity captains will pick 4 teams of 11 players, 9 skaters, 2 goalies for the 2024 All-Star Game. Global superstar Justin Bieber is a celebrity captain for Team Matthews, with Toronto Maple Leafs center Austin Matthews as captain, and defense Morgan Riley, his assistant. Team Matthews will wear blue All-Star Game jerseys. Team McDavid will be held by Edmonton Oilers center Connor McDavid, with Oilers center Leon Draisaitl as his assistant. Toronto-born actor Will Arnett, the celebrity captain. This team will wear All-Star jerseys in the white color. Next up, Team Hughes will be led by Devils center Jack Hughes and his brother, Vancouver Canucks defenseman Quinn Hughes. Good brotherly matchup there. Grammy-winning musician Michael Bublé will be the celebrity captain for this team. They will wear the red All-Star jerseys. Team McKinnon, led by the Colorado Avalanche center Nate McKinnon and his assistant and teammate Cale Makar, Canadian multi-platinum singer and songwriter Tate McRae. This team will wear yellow All-Star jerseys, which I think will be a very interesting look. 2024 All-Star Game, All-Star Skills Competition, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, is February 2nd, which is, what is today? It's Thursday. Haha. Thursday morning sports news. We're here. On February 2nd, so on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, has a whole new look with 12 NHL All-Stars competing for a $1 million winner-take-all prize. The 12 players are JT Miller, Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson of the Vancouver Canucks, Matthews, and William Nylander of the host Maple Leafs, Jack Hughes, McKinnon, Makar, McDavid, Draisaitl, Kucherov of the Tampa Bay, Pasternak of the Bruins to finish off that list. The 12 NHL All-Stars in the skills competition will each compete in 4 of the first 6 events. The Fastnell, NHL fastest skater, Rogers, NHL's hardest shot, Upper Deck, NHL stick handling, Tim Hortons, NHL one-timer, Scotiabank, NHL passing challenge, and Cheetos, NHL accuracy shooting. First place will be worth 5 points, second place worth 4 points, and so on. Top 8 will advance to the 7th event, the Honda NHL Shootout. Top 6 will advance to the final event, the Pepsi NHL Obstacle Course, which will include all skills and worth double the points. First place is 10 points, second place is 8 points, and so on for this event. The All-Star Game will continue with the 3-on-3 format introduced in 2016. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts here in the comments and the chat. What you think is going what do you think about the new format here for the All-Star Skills Competition, as well as if you still continue to like the 3-on-3 format for the All-Star Game. Now we transition to the NBA. Sorry, NFL. We're going to the NFL. We're deep in the NFL playoffs like we all know. It is Pro Bowl week. Just getting through those conference championships. The stage is set for the big game featuring the Chiefs and the 49ers here on February 11th. Before that, we have the Pro Bowl, first held in 1951, a game between the best NFL players, essentially their all-star game. Some notable players this year in the AFC: Tua, Tyreek, Jamar Chase, TJ Watt, Josh Allen, among other names. In the NFC, coming out of the NFC, we have Matt Stafford, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Jason Kelsey, Aaron Donald. A pretty stellar list there, just of some of the top players coming out of those conferences. The weekend, the All-Star weekend, the Pro Bowl weekend going off today, February 1st, 7 p.m. for the Skills Showdown. Sunday, February 4th at 3 p.m. Eastern for the Pro Bowl. Like I said, the big game is set with the Chiefs and the 49ers set to face off in Las Vegas, Nevada at Allegiant Stadium on February 11th. I believe it's about 6 p.m. Eastern. No, I don't know. It's probably not. But I think it's going to be a great matchup. Two just powerhouse teams. But make sure you check out our live stream for that. We will be live streaming on Sunday to make sure that we get all our plays, props, picks, Gatorade color, coin toss, the whole 9 yards. We want to make sure we give you guys every piece of information you need to make sure you bet properly on that game. Never an easy game to bet on. Keeping it going here in the NFL. Head coaching positions and coordinator positions continue to get filled in. The Pittsburgh Steelers are noted of expecting to hire former Atlanta Falcons head coach Arthur Smith to be their offensive coordinator. Smith led the NFL's number 1 rushing offense in Tennessee, where his backfield will now feature Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren. Keeping it going in head coaching news. Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson told the Seahawks and Commanders that he's turning down their head coaching opportunities to stay in Detroit and try to deliver a Lombardi to the city of Detroit. Johnson is still expected to be a highly sought-after head coaching candidate in 2025. Curious to hear what you guys think about this one here. Some of these coaching moves happening. Bill Belichick, not maybe with the Patriots. Arthur Smith moving on from the Atlanta Falcons to be an offensive coordinator for the Steelers. What do you see happening coming into this season past the Super Bowl? Next up, we have some little chat about the Super Bowl, not necessarily about the spread, not necessarily about the score, but we have some news about the tickets. Tickets on at least one secondary market site were the most expensive in Super Bowl history. I can confirm it was on multiple. Underscoring the anticipation of the game's Las Vegas debut between the defending champions and what likely the most popular team in the West. On this, Taylor Swift is set to make an appearance in Las Vegas at the game. She does have a concert the night before in Japan. That shouldn't be an issue for a superstar like her. The average ticket price on TickPick was $9,815 on Monday morning. That's nearly double the final average price of $5,795 for the last year's game between the Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles in Glendale, Arizona. Although you can expect current prices to decline closer to game time. It's also higher than the previous high of $7,046 for the 2021 game in Tampa, Florida, between the Buccaneers and the Chiefs. Please keep note that game was at 33% capacity because of COVID restrictions, increasing the demand for each ticket, but definitely an interesting thing to think about. Personally, TickPick is the best ticket provider in the game at the moment. They are not a sponsor, but I use them very generously. Moving forward, next up is the college basketball world. We are here just over a month and a half away from Selection Sunday, 50 days, something like that, from the March Madness tournament in the world of the men's college basketball. The first 4 games being played in Dayton, Ohio. Some notable cities getting first and second round games: Pittsburgh, PA, my hometown, Brooklyn, New York, Charlotte, North Carolina, among others. Boston getting the East Regional games, Dallas getting the South Regional games, Detroit getting the Midwest Regional games, LA getting the West Regional games. Beyond that, we get to when we get a little closer to the championship, but so much looking forward to as we are getting hot. Betting on college basketball, I think we're hitting it some 61, 62, 63%. It's unreal. So make sure you're checking out our social media for all those plays. It's very important. We do 1-unit plays on everything, some very mild 2-unit plays, but we are all about it, and we're doing very well right now. So make sure you check out those links below for our Instagram and our Twitter, where we post those plays. We got a great weekend of matchups here coming into it. Again, it's Thursday here when we're broadcasting, but Saturday, this weekend, we have tons of college basketball going on. Things started on Thursday today with number 6 Wisconsin at Nebraska. but Saturday is where the majority of the elite matchups do take place. Number 1, UConn at St. John's. Number 4, Houston at number 8, Kansas. Number 7, Duke at number 3, UNC. Number 12, Iowa State at number 18, Baylor. Number 5, Tennessee at number 10, Kentucky. Just to name some of the top 25 matchups there for Saturday. On Sunday, I believe we have Wisconsin and Purdue or something like that, which is going to be another great matchup. Make sure to check out our Instagram and Twitter or X for all our plays this weekend. Again, those links down below. We love putting out those plays, and we love letting you guys or watching you guys hit on them. So make sure you send in your winning bet slips as well. Let's shift over to the college football world here real quick. I know there's nothing really going on, but the schedules are starting to come out for next season as these spring games approach. Big 12 is releasing their schedules first time without Texas and Oklahoma. So we'll see how this shakes up the college football world coming into this next season. Make sure to check out all our live streams here. We have our Hit the Books TV Ultimate Sports Betting Hub, live sports odds ticker for your TV in your man cave, garage, or office. Live odds from about 4 p.m. Eastern to about 1 a.m. Eastern, sometimes 2, depending on the games. Live odds, live scores, all you need for a great sports companion. Also, we are working on a lot of different other live stream opportunities. We're thinking about doing a NBA, NHL kind of switch-off stream on Wednesday evenings to give you some news and some good stuff from those leagues, as well as college basketball streams are going to be ramping up here as football is ending to make sure that you guys get all the information you need on those games coming into college football Saturdays, weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, and especially March Madness. Moving forward here, another little thing about the Super Bowl. Las Vegas room prices predicted to average $573 for Super Bowl weekend. Some places on the Strip and close to the stadium who still have vacancies are closed, going for nearly $1,200 a night. I saw Spring Hill Suites for $1,250 a night near Allegiant Stadium. Pretty close, but still kind of ridiculous. So I'm curious to see what happens here because this similar idea happened for F1 where they kept saying, oh, it's going to be the most expensive time to get to Vegas ever, yada, yada. And it turned out to be one of the cheapest times to get to Vegas ever. Not necessarily cheapest, but you could get there for a regular darn rate. You didn't have to pay an arm and a leg unless you really wanted to go sit and watch the race. Another thing here to do with Las Vegas as a whole, Nevada's gaming win rocketed to a new record to close out 2023. The state's non-restricted gaming licensees reported a win revenue of more than $1.4 billion for the month of December, according to Nevada's Gaming Control Board. That's up 9% from December a year ago when the win was $1.31 billion. It also beats the previous monthly record of $1.4 billion set just this past July. That's unreal. $1.43 billion, 1.4 in July this year, 1.31 last December. So if they're putting up, billion-dollar numbers every month, that's nearly $1.5 billion a month. That's mad. Like I said, we reviewed some college basketball matchups here coming into this weekend, but let's finish off the news for this week and review some of the other matchups in the various leagues going into this weekend. Here on Thursday, we got the NBA all night long, some college basketball, and some Pro Bowl action to get us going into Friday. Friday, we have a little bit of the same with some college and NBA basketball, plus the NHL All-Star Skills Competition is on Friday. Saturday, we have some NASCAR Cup Series, lots of good college and NBA basketball. Michigan and Penn State face off in college hockey to wrap up Saturday. Sunday, we're just 1 week away from the big game, literally 7 days away. I'm pumped. I cannot wait. But not before this Sunday, the Pro Bowl. On top of that, we have the AHL All-Star Skills Competition, college and NBA basketball, and some more NASCAR for anyone involved. I believe we will be streaming on Sunday morning for the college basketball games. Maybe a little talk about the Pro Bowl, so make sure to tune into that. Lots of good and bad news this week from Hit the Book Sports. We're thrilled to have you here each and every week, each and every day that we stream, each and every day that we post. So thank you for all the likes, the subscribes, things like that. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. It really helps out a lot. Like I said, we have our daily odds ticker made perfect for your office, garage, or man cave so you can get all the live odds and scores from all sports all the time. Any suggestions, any comments, make sure to let us know. The links for that are down below. That's all we got this week. Our weekly podcast is out, and make sure to check out our live stream for the big game Sunday, February 11th, 10 a.m. Eastern. That is all. See you next time.